All right, what's up guys? So today I just thought I'd sit down and go over a few things that I think made me a better filmmaker. And what I mean by that is just some items and things that I changed in my workflow and some tools that I use that I think took the quality of my videos up a notch. And this isn't gonna suddenly make you an amazing filmmaker, but they will definitely help you in your journey to becoming the filmmaker you wanna be. So let's hop right into it. The first one is a Pro Mist filter, and I know this has been all over YouTube and Instagram and things like that, and they're very popular. I think for me specifically in the work I do, this is a huge tool for me because I go for a filmy, vibey, soft kind of look. I use the Tiffin Pro Mist 8th filter, so it's only an 8th, which is the weakest one, I think. This is not gonna blow out your every little like highlight in the image. It's gonna just give a nice softness to it. The quarter is what I use sometimes if I'm going for a real dreamy effect in a music video or something like that. I almost never use a half or a full one Pro Mist. This works for me. I wouldn't say it's for every project and every client and every filmmaker, but this is something that just kind of helps give a cinematic edge to the look. And right now, filmy emulation kind of stuff is really in. I think maybe because of Stranger Things or something like that, which I myself am a huge fan. So it's definitely my style and I enjoy it. So this is the first thing I wanted to cover. So the second thing that's helped me out a lot is shooting handheld. The next time you go out and shoot, just put the gimbal away, don't bring it with you, and shoot everything handheld and just see what happens to your video. I just think for me, shooting handheld has taught me a lot about filmmaking and focusing on composition and the framing and what I need to do for the shot to tell the story better and have a better effect on the audience. Gimbals, the fad of throwing your mirrorless camera on a gimbal and running in like a madman and just flipping it around everywhere. I think those days are kind of coming to an end here. YouTubers and filmmakers and videographers all alike, they are realizing that real filmmaking is using these tools when they need to be used. And that's basically how I feel about gimbals and shooting handheld is I will shoot handheld 24 frames a second any day, 85% of the shots because it looks the most cinematic. It's great motion blur. You can make things look aggressive and shaky. You can keep it smooth if you know what you're doing. But the shots where I'm trying to mimic a dolly or a truck or a pedestal kind of shot, those are the shots I'll throw it on a gimbal and I'll try to mimic those with a gimbal just because I'm always running on a budget. Stop using a gimbal for every shot. You really only need it in certain situations. And shooting handheld, I think, has just really made my work look a little bit more industry standard and professional. The third thing I want to talk about is fog or haze. I literally haze everything, every set, all the time, sometimes even outside. It literally just makes everything look better in camera, and in real life it's gonna look way too hazy or like way too much, but on camera for some reason it just gives it depth, it scatters the light real nice, it actually brightens the image too. If you're shooting in a dark space, it really scatters that light and just softens it in every direction. And if you look at any movie, TV show, or anything cinematic really that's done by the top tier professionals, they haze everything. Sometimes a little bit, sometimes a lot, and you typically don't notice it because you're so used to seeing it in film, and you shouldn't notice it. Don't get carried away. But I think hazing your scene can really help a lot in making it look just that much more cinematic and professional. And you don't need to go out and get like an actual hazer or like a really expensive fog machine or anything like that. I don't have a hazer. I don't have a legit fog machine. I got mine for 60 bucks at Spirit Halloween like 3 or 4 years ago, and I've never changed the fluid out. I've never done any kind of cleaning or maintenance on it, and it just runs beautifully. And the one time I ordered an expensive one, it broke the second day. The heating system just totally stopped working. So I'm gonna use it until it dies, and I legit bring this like skeleton fogger to pretty high paying client shoots, and I had to kind of tell the funny story of how I got it because I'm a little self-conscious about it, but I mean, it's a tool that gets the job done. it fogs up the room, I spread it around, it hazes it, and we're good to go. And so like, if I can save the money there, I'm just gonna use that. And I just wanted to say that because a lot of people think, well, I can't afford a hazer. You can. Spirit Halloween, Halloween's coming up. Go grab you one, start hazing your set. It'll change your life. All right, so the fourth thing I wanna talk about is actually a specific light that has really changed my life here and my work, is the Nanlite PAVOTUBE, battery operated, and it lasts like 3 to 4 hours. I think this is just from like my experience on set, having it up on a wall with like no plug-in or anything like that. It's super versatile. It kind of fits anywhere. It's RGB, it's bicolor, it's super bright, and it's somewhat diffused already, straight out of the box. So this is the light right here, and this is the 2-footer I got, and they're a little on the pricey side if you're looking for budget filmmaking equipment, but the reason I'm adding this to the list of things that just really helped me is that it like really helped me, and I think it's worth every penny. Like, I'm willing to buy 3 to 4 more of these and drop the money on it just because they're that useful. Some of the things that I use the most on it is on this back panel here, you have CCT, which is like your normal bicolor, just tungsten to daylight balanced light. Then it has HSI, which is your colors, like your RGB colors and things like that. You can control the saturation, the dimming, and then what color you want, and it's just fantastic. And then obviously you have your special effects, which is like cop car, fireplace, faulty bulb, lightning, paparazzi. I use the flashing stuff a lot just because it's like really helpful for music videos or a creepy scene or a tense scene or product videos. I throw this thing up all the time just for like a little bit of hair light, backlight, fill light, whatever I need. I take this thing and I throw it up. So it's legit. I recommend it to anyone, and it's really helped me out. Okay, so the fifth thing is not as much a tool, but something that you can use in your editor. That's overlays. Overlays are just basically anything you throw over your footage when editing that kind of spices it up. Sometimes I get in the editor and I realize the pacing or the vibe or feeling of my footage with the song I chose or whatever really isn't lining up or matching up, or it's not where I want it to be. And so basically I just throw on some overlays, do some fun little transitions, like wipe and light transitions, and it just kind of helps the pacing, fixes some errors in shots maybe. It just spices it up, brings it to life a little bit more, helps sell kind of whatever vibe or feeling or theme you're going for. I've used them a lot on my YouTube videos. A lot of my Cine themes have a lot of it on it. The Jill Cine theme I put out a while back has a lot of wipe and light transitions from Acid Bite. They had a great Black Friday sale. If you're looking for cheap overlays and things to use on your videos, Christmas time is perfect. All these overlay and digital download websites, they do massive sales. I mean, like sometimes up to 75% off. Some of the ones I recommend are, like I said, Acid Bite. They have a lot of cool wipe and light transitions that I used in the Jill Cine theme. And then the vintage film overlays from 640 Studio are really good. And if you're looking for some grain or vintage overlays that aren't gonna break the bank, Colorist Factory is a great spot. I got a bunch of grain from them and I use it on like all my videos. So if you're looking for a fairly cheap, easy way to spice up your video and bring it to the next level, check out some overlays. I'll link it all below so you guys can go check that out. It will really help you out and get you out of a pinch sometimes when you're just not feeling your edit. All right, so the sixth and final thing I wanna go over is location and wardrobe. And this is important because when I first started shooting, I really just kind of shot anywhere that looked cool or would work or was free, and just shot in any direction, and it didn't matter. My talent would just show up and they would be wearing whatever they wanted, and sometimes, you know, their clothes wouldn't match the background or the scene or the vibe of the video. It just, nothing was cohesive or intentional, and that's an issue when you're trying to look professional and intentional with your work. You really want to be intentional about your location, and that means where's the light coming in at the time that you're shooting? Where's it going as you're shooting? Background, colors, texture. Texture is huge. And then with that naturally comes being very intentional about what the actor wears and what the talent wears when they show up. You want the colors of their clothes to color grade well with their skin tones, with their background, the colors around them, The sunlight, you don't want someone wearing all yellow while it's at golden hour. It's gonna feel kind of weird. You know, you wanna really complement these colors. You wanna think of these things and again, just be really intentional about it. All right, well, that's basically all I had today, guys. Just thought I'd pop down the couch and share some things that really helped me out in the last few years here, so you can learn from my mistakes and be better filmmakers yourself. If this video helped you out, give it a like and please subscribe. I just hit 1,000 subscribers, so I really appreciate all of you committing and hitting that subscribe button and logging into your Google accounts to do it. I really appreciate it, and liking the video really pushes it out for the algorithm. So thank you to everyone who's doing that. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.